What's up, everybody? Find out what the lore was for Five Nights at Freddy's. Which game was first? Okay, so Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Should we watch a video? Or we could read it and then we'll see if there's a video on it. Freddy's 4 story. Explain. So watch some gameplay and then we'll read. Let's see here. It says bro, I want to make sure it's something that's understandable. It's lore time, baby. I'm trying to find a good one to put. We could chat GPT it, but I don't know. Here, hold on. I wish there was a movie or something. Okay. What's up, Charles? Welcome, welcome. Yep, that's tomorrow. So here, FNAF 4. Five. Four. What's up, Oliver? Okay. Let's look at the trailer. No, not the trailer, but like. Okay, so 4 is where he's in the bedroom, right? So what's the lore behind that? The player character. See, this I don't like the way it explains this. I want it to be like no more about Chica. I want it to be more like more psychological, more in depth. This is kind of here. I have an idea. Watch. What we're gonna do? Don't look at my library. What was that? I am. Give me the lore behind Five Nights at Freddy's. Give me the lore behind Five Nights at Freddy's 4, but do it in a mysterious way. I want. What's up, Nightmare? I never got your email, dude. I want to get really into the story and understand it. What else should we ask it? What's up, DNC? How you doing, man? So we're gonna say, give me the lore behind Five Nights at Freddy's 4, because that's the first one, right? Chronologically speaking, FNAF 4, Bite of 83. We're asking it to give us the lore, but I want it like this. Give me the lore behind Five Nights. Is that what we should do first? Yeah, this is gonna. I already have it chronologically. I already have the games chronologically. Now we're gonna piece them together. Does Edwin Murray go before everything? Because if he goes later on, we could put him in wherever he belongs. We're gonna go one game at a time, because if we give ChatGPT all oh, I should have hold on. If we tell him to do it all chronologically chronoro- chronologically right now, if we do it all chronologically, ChatGPT is gonna go on a rant, and we're not gonna understand anything. So we're gonna go one at a time. I just have to copy this real quick so I can repaste it. But give me an in-depth story. He doesn't know. He doesn't know who Edwin Murray is, so we have to specify. Okay, give me an in-depth story of Edwin Murphy from Five Nights at Freddy's before it all started. Okay, before it all started. I need you to do it in a mysterious way. Include how should we have him do it? How should someone explain something to where it's in depth and mysterious and ominous? I don't even know what ominous means. Way I wanna get pulled into the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, and we'll ask that at the end. That way it has all the information. Give me an in-depth story of Edwin Murphy from Five Nights at Freddy's before it all started. I need you to do it in a mysterious and ominous way. I want to get pulled into the Five Nights at Freddy's lore and not miss a detail. All right. Yay or nay? Enter. You passed. That's what's up, Nightmare. Everybody say that's what's dubs for Nightmare in the chat. Like I'm watching a movie. There we go. Like I'm watching a movie. Dub Nightmare. Let's go. Get good grades. Okay. You guys ready? I'm gonna count 10 seconds just in case there's a delay. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in. Of course, but remember, the deeper you go into Freddy Fazbear's past, the harder it is to come back the same. Okay, hold on, I have to do something real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna go live on TikTok too. Is there some TikTokers out there who want to watch? Don't read it yet. Getting ahead of yourselves. It's not opening. What's going on? It gave a script. No, it didn't. Bruh, don't give me a script. I need you to play the part as a narrator and tell me. There we go. That's better. And TikTok's being weird. Oh, it's downloading something. Anyways, while that's going on. Okay. Let's get into it, boys. Okay. You want to know about Edwin Murphy? I'll tell you about it. Bro, get out of my face. Then listen closely. Hold on. I kind of want to go live on here too. And then bro, what are you talking about? Stop. Bro, if you don't, I'm about to turn notifications off. We'll just do regular Five Nights at Freddy's. Um, okay, let's do this. Nightmare Pop. So what's up? Okay, let's dive in. You want to know about Edwin Murphy? Then listen closely because this isn't just some name in a faded document or a forgotten footnote in Fazbear history. This is the beginning, the true beginning. And it doesn't start with pizza or a jingle or even a mascot. It starts with a loss. Long before Freddy Fazbear's came to life, before the animatronics moved on their own, and before the camera started glitching at midnight, there was a man sitting alone in a cold garage surrounded by wires. Should we draw this? Where can I draw? Grease and silence. His name was Edwin Murphy, a mechanic, an inventor, a father, a man who had nothing left to lose. Edwin was brilliant, not in the way the world rewards, no. He wasn't charming or wealthy or connected. But his mind, a storm of genius and grief. He worked with machines the way some speak to ghosts. He worked with machines the way some speak to ghosts, delicately, reverently, like he was trying to pull something back from the other side. He lived for his son David, a bright little boy who used to sit on his workbench and watch the gears spin with the eyes full of wonder. David was everything Edwin had left after his wife passed. But then, just like that, David was gone too. They said it was an accident. They always say that, don't they? But Edwin didn't believe it. Couldn't, wouldn't. So instead, he did what any man of his obsession might do. He tried to recreate his son. Not the body, not the appearance, the soul. He built dolls, puppets, machines with porcelain faces and velvet dresses, some too lifelike, others not lifelike enough. But one stood out among them, Ella. At first, she was just a toy, but Edwin, he spoke to her like she was David. Left her drawings, told her bedtime stories. He built her a room. Yeah, 100% it's real. A crib, a name. Then she moved. Not like a machine, not like a toy. She moved like something inside her was remembering what it meant to be human. And Edwin, broken, sleepless, obsessed. Take that as a sign, not a warning. A sign. So, so far, let's summarize. All right. We got Edwin. He had a son named David. Edwin was a crazy mechanic. That dude was just building everything. David would watch him, and Edwin was passionate about building these things. An accident happened to David. 3 minutes is Bigfoot vlog status. Something happened to David. It didn't say what happened to him, but there was an accident and he died. So now Edwin said, I'm going to recreate my son. So he started building dolls and stuff. And then eventually, one of them that stood out, the doll's name Ella, started moving. And now he's treating Ella. Henry? Who's Henry? Anyways, I don't know. Is this right? Tell me if it's wrong. But hey, we're out here. So that's pretty much what ChatGPT said real quick. What happened? Oh yes. Oh yes, garage. Under my umbrella, Ella. Yeah, you got that. That's the attention span of a squirrel right there. Okay. So Edwin, mechanic. David died. Probably from the book. So now Edwin recreated David, or was trying to recreate him, and eventually made a doll called her Ella that came back to life. Okay, next. Down in the basement of his workshop, he started building bigger things, not just playmates, prototypes, machines that could perform, that could imitate laughter, that could simulate joy, that could just maybe house a memory. This was before Freddy, before Fazbear, but it was never just him. Edwin wasn't the only one drawn to this strange idea, giving machines a soul. That's when he showed up. William Afton. Dun dun dun. He saw Edwin's work not as grief, not as tragedy. This is Henry's story? Okay. But as opportunity. He whispered promises of a partnership, a place where Edwin's creations can make children smile, a safe place, a fun place, a family place. But behind Afton's smile, there was something else. Edwin didn't see it. Or maybe he did and chose to look away. Afton had the funding, the connections, the stage, and Edwin, he was no longer Henry with Edwin. Okay, so this is Henry's story. Okay. He was no longer needed. His designs, the elegant AI, the prototypes, Ella, all quietly absorbed into a growing empire, Fazbear Entertainment. But Edwin never let go. No, sorry, Henry never let go. He stayed behind, buried in the dark, listening to the sound of servos twitching in the walls and lullabies playing with no speakers. Some say he disappeared, others say he never left that basement. And some claim the machines still speak his name, not because they remember him, but because he programmed them to. Ooh. So the next time you hear a giggle behind the walls, the next time the animatronic looks at you a second too long, or the power cuts out at 2:17 in the morning, don't think of Freddy. Don't think of Afton. Think of Henry. Because before there were killers and conspiracies, before souls got trapped inside metal cages, there was just a father trying to put his son back together. And in doing so, he tore the world apart. There we go. So that's the start of Fazbear Entertainment. Henry built dolls to bring back his son. He wanted to make him real. And eventually one of them actually started moving and started treating him like Henry. It was Ella, remembering what it meant to be human. She moved like something inside her was remembering it to be human. Hey, that's the initial. Now, that's what Henry did for his daughter, Ella. Then William Afton came and saw his passion and decided, you know what? I have money. I'm going to do it. And that is where Fazbear Entertainment was born, right here. 2 a.m. That literally is just a kid at 2 a.m. throwing up, wanting a hug, isn't it? You hear them knock at the parents' door. They're like, "Mom, I threw up." William's first kill is his daughter, Charlotte. So now we go to Five Nights at Freddy's 4, right? Okay. Now now I want the same. I want the same, but explain Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Make sure you get the names right for each persona. Right? You hear something? Oh no. Is that good? I want some. Now we want to explain Five Nights at Freddy's 4 because that's the first in the franchise of the lore. Is that good or should we tweak it? I want the same, but explain Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Make sure you get the names right for each persona. I don't know why he ended up putting Edwin here. Bro, I would be upset. I would fire ChatGPT. Okay. Get your blankets. Wait, is this good? This is good, right? Now I want the same. Explain Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Make sure you get the names right for each persona. Okay. Let's do it. All right, let's step deeper into the dark. You made it to Five Nights at Freddy's 4. This isn't a pizzeria. This is no office, no cameras, no doors to lock, just a bedroom, a child's bedroom. For reference, this is it right here. It's this one. This is Five Nights at Freddy's 4. When you're in the bedroom and you have to go left to right, left to right. Okay. Just a bedroom, a child's bedroom, and the sound of your own breath shaking your lungs. This isn't where the story ends. This is where it begins. Said, what's up, Shadow? We open in a haze of trauma, faint whispers, flickering lights. The world blurred like a memory half remembered. You're a child. No name is given at first, but we come to know him as the crying child. Real name? Evan Afton. Son of William Afton. The man who would become infamous as the killer, the founder, okay, it's giving away. The technician of nightmares. But Evan, he wasn't like his father. He was soft, quiet, sensitive. He was afraid of the dark, afraid of the animatronics, afraid of Fred Bear's family diner. That's where it all begins. Fred Bear's, the precursor to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, smaller, older, cruder. And in that place, those who performed on stage weren't the characters we know today. There were just two, Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. All right, who we got? Oh, you know what's a good idea? Hold on. Where is it? I wanted to save some pictures. Oh well. Okay, so we have Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. Hey, chill. But what they were hiding was something else. Evan's older brother, Michael Afton, was everything he wasn't: cruel, loud, reckless. He didn't understand his little brother's fear, so he fed it. He tormented Evan with a mask, a fanged foxy's head he'd wear to sneak up and scare him. Oh no, I actually clicked the bottom. Oh, no. Okay. Hey, just so you know, hold on. Let's watch the cutscene first. Now for cutscenes only. I don't want the endings. I just want the cutscenes, dude. Okay, here we go. This is FNAF 4. Don't go into the light, bro. That's the head. You see Foxy right here without a head? That's the head that his older brother Michael uses to torture him. Last words, I love FNAF. Okay, that's the intro. Now on to the next one. 4 days until the party. Why does he cry like a man, though? Okay. He won't stop until you find him. Ooh, that's Funtime Foxy. Cook. Over there. Oof, that kind of scared me. That's Fred. We're laughing. Third minigame. He left without you. He knows that you hate it here. There's Bray. Oh no, who's that? Another day, another dollar. 2 days for Evan. A purple dude? Yeah, I think so. It's Big Papa. People with masks. Bro, that's not even scary no more. That you're just getting jacked at this point. Remember that guy? Next day. No. Somebody help Layla. Okay, that scared me. So this is Michael Afton. This is Evan Afton. One day until the party. The animatronic. No head. Later, Nightmare. I think that's it, right? Oh, 0 days. Okay. Last one. Bro. In the eyes of the angel. I'm still here. Freddy. Only one. That's all we needed. That's all they need. The box. I remember this. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, let's see what it says. So the nightmares began, not just demons' manifestation, dark, twisted echoes of mascots. Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Chica, Nightmare Foxy. No longer friendly characters, now deformed shadows with broken jaws. And this Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was the scariest out of all of them. Bro, nothing looked scarier than this guy. Probably my favorite one. They were mascots. They were memories sharpened into monsters. They stalked Evan every night through his bedroom, the halls, the closet, the bed. But the worst of them, the one that never stopped watching, was Nightmare Fredbear. Golden, immense, grotesque, with a mouth that could swallow you whole. But here's the truth: these weren't just dreams; they were the mind of a dying boy remembering. Because what happens next is the moment everything changes. The bite of 83. You said 87. It's 83 though, right? It's Evan's birthday. Michael and his friends. Mine? Oh, okay. No, I don't know. The bite of 83. It's Evan's birthday. Michael and his friends are still laughing, still pushing. They drag him up the stage. He's crying, screaming. They lift him. They shove his head into Fredbear's mouth, and the mouth closes. Snap. Silence. And just like that, the party ends. Doctors try, machines beep, but Evan slips in and out of consciousness, trapped in his own nightmares, and that's what you're playing. Thanks to we're playing the part of a dead child, trying not dead, in a coma, trying to get or attempting to get resurrected. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is Evan's coma. The monsters are not real, but they are true. Every clang of metal in the hallway, a memory of the animatronics shown on stage. Every flicker of movement at the closet, a shadow of Michael's foxy mask. And Nightmare Fredbear, that's not just a monster. That's the last thing Evan saw before the darkness swallowed him. In the final nights, things begin to shift. Another character enters. Nightmare. Black as oil. Translucent teeth, writhing, shapeless, endless. Not a mascot, not a memory. Something else. A presence. And maybe, just maybe, the first glimpse of Shadow Freddy. A being that doesn't come from Evan, but from somewhere far older, somewhere deeper. As the week ends, you hear voices, not monsters. Michael, regretful, broken, apologizing to his brother. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. You're broken. And then finally, you're gonna be put back together. Yo, what's up, Catnap? Fade to black. The bedroom disappears, the beeping stops, and in the final moments, you don't hear screams, you hear static, then silence. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 isn't about survival, it's about guilt, about innocence lost, about a child whose fear became prophecy, and a brother who played too hard until he played with death. What we see in that game are the pieces: the trauma that will twist Michael, the death that will haunt William Afton, and the fear that will become the foundation of everything to come. Because when Evan died, something happened and it never closed. What is ChatGPT saying? No. Up next, now we move on to FNAF 2, right? Now we move on to the next game chronologically, which is FNAF 1, right? Right? No, 2. FNAF 2. Sister location is next. We'll do sister location. Now move on to sister. But should we ask to, because there's more to it, right? Because we still have to get to how, is that right? Sister location? I'm gonna push enter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Since it's next chronologically. Good. You're ready for the next layer. But understand this now. This isn't just a continuation, this is a descent. Sister location, the house beneath the house. Forget what you know about Freddy's, because this is not a restaurant. This is a tomb, and it goes by the name Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals. A facility buried deep underground. No birthday parties, no pizza, only vents, wires, steel, and things that should never have been given names. It all began after the bite. After Evan died, William Afton was never the same. He didn't cry, he didn't mourn, he studied. He wanted to know what went wrong, how a machine could kill a child. But deeper than that, he started asking the questions no father should ever ask. What if I could bring them back? What if death was reversible? And so he built a new project, not another diner, not a stage. He built a lab, a workshop, a proving ground for his experiments. He called it Sister Location. These weren't like the Freddy and Bonnie we knew. No, these were advanced, handcrafted, hand programmed. Each animatronic had a personality, a purpose, a function. But above all, they were made to lure. Oh no. Let me introduce them. We got Circus Baby, elegant, pale, calm, designed to interact with children. Her function, to make ice cream. Her secret function, to capture, to contain. Okay, let's take a look at Circus Baby now. This is her, Circus Baby. Ballora, a graceful ballerina with eyes always closed. She a baby, but she'll take you, bruh. A graceful ballerina with eyes always closed, but don't mistake serenity for safety. She hears everything. And this is Ballora. Funtime Freddy, a manic, over-energetic version of the original. Loud, playful, and always accompanied by a bonbon, a hand puppet with a voice of its own. Those legs. Bro, she does not skip leg day. Crazy. Funtime Freddy, right? And this is Funtime Freddy with bonbon on his arm. What's up, Treehouse? Okay. Now Funtime Foxy is the last one. Foxy. Now, here we are. Oh, what is that? Anyways, Funtime Foxy. Mafioso. What's up, Jackie? Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals was the place where the animatronics of Circus Babies Pizza World went after it was shut down. Red Bear. I think we did. We're currently doing Sister Location. So eventually we'll get there. Funtime Foxy, sleek, flashing, temperamental, designed for performance, but always hunting the spotlight. And last, buried deeper than the rest, Ennard. Ooh. Ennard. Ennard is actually insane. He built separately. Here's the tragedy. William's own daughter, Elizabeth Afton, Ella, right, was fascinated by Circus Baby. He warned her, told her never get too close. But Circus Baby wasn't just a machine she had been programmed to capture, and she obeyed. One moment, Elizabeth was standing, the next, she was inside Baby. What's up, Revenant? Gone, swallowed, lost, and Baby remembered. So, what happens in the game? You don't play William, you play Michael Afton, the older brother, the one who tormented Eben, the one who's now trying to make things right. He enters the underground facility under his father's command. Go find her, put her back together. Michael doesn't question it, he descends night after night through vents and control rooms, face to face with the horrors his father built. But something is wrong. The animatronics are aware. They speak to him, they remember, and Baby, she becomes his guide. At first, she helps him survive, tells him when to move, when to stay still. She even tells him about the scooper. Remember? The scooping room. It sounds like something you would use for ice cream, but trust me, it's not. The scooper wasn't made for dessert. I don't know. Maybe it's the sister. It was made to hollow you out. As the nights progress, the truth becomes unbearable. The animatronics have a plan. They're not individuals anymore. They've been tearing themselves apart, removing their own parts. The scooper is boosted. Hey, we just can't get away from them. Combining, becoming something else, something worse. A creature stitched from every animatronic entered this guy. Where is he? Him. A creature stitched from every animatronic. A tangled mess of wires, eyes, teeth, and purpose. What purpose? To use Michael's body as a disguise. And on the final night, they do. Michael enters the scooping room, the metal arms reach out, and they remove everything inside him. Muscle, bone, blood. Who's Jackie? And Ennard climbs in. But here's the thing, Michael doesn't die. His body, broken and hollow, keeps walking. What? Day after day, Ennard uses his skin to walk freely on the surface until it starts to rot. And the animatronics, they abandon him. They leave. All but Michael, left to die again, but he doesn't. You see him in the end, standing before the mirror, his skin pale, his eyes purple, his body wrong, yet alive. He looks into the glass and he laughs. Father, I'm still here. I will find you. Hold on. Not that one. But that's not it. Final scene. Here it is. Here it is. What? Wow. Anyways, what'd you say? Hold on. Edwin Murphy Jackie. Sir, I don't know. Anyways, that was unexpected. Okay. He looks into the glass and he laughs. Father, I'm still here. I will find you. And then he started doing the Gangnam style. All right, we're almost done with this section. Sister location isn't just about survival, it's about sins passed down. A father who destroyed everything, a daughter consumed, a son reborn through death. Yeah, I don't know how he would still be alive after being gutted. The Afton family is unraveling, and yet somehow they keep moving. But every step they take takes us closer to the fire. All right, is that next Pizza Simulator? Let's see, because we just did FNAF 2. Now we go no, this is sister location. Now we do FNAF 2, right? FNAF 2. Okay. Let's move on to Five Nights at Freddy 2. Before we get into that, quick summary. We start with Henry creating machines. His son dies, and he tries to rebuild them, and eventually the doll moves, names it Ella. William Afton sees that and says, I'm going to make some money out of this. So he creates Fazbear Entertainment. And then his son dies to animatronic Freddy. And so then he starts creating, trying to bring them back to life pretty much. Creating animatronics to where they can house a soul. And that is where Sister Location comes in, because his daughter then goes in and gets taken by Circus Baby. And then now Michael gets taken by the Scooper. So, yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Holoska name the mimic. Name the mimic. Ooh, so that's gonna come out in Secret of the Mimic. All right, let's shift back before the underground lab, before the experiments, back to the surface where the public still believed in birthday parties and pepperoni pizza. But now, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Something's different. You're stepping into Five Nights at Freddy's 2, but don't let the bright colors and shiny suits fool you. This isn't an upgrade. This is a mask over a corpse. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the toy era, 1987. The company needed to recover. After the bite of 83, after Fredbear's shutdown, they had to rebuild, and so they created a newer, safer, child-friendly location. The public thought it was a fresh start. It wasn't. It was a cover-up. The toy animatronics, new faces, new models. Let's look these up. Toy Freddy. So we got Toy Freddy. Yeah, it doesn't come out until tomorrow. So we're playing it tomorrow. But today's a lore stream. We're preparing for tomorrow. That way we're up to date. When we play the game, we know what's going on. So we got Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, that one. Then we got Toy Chica, Balloon Boy. Hey, Chica's coming in. Let's go. Toy Chica from Ultimate Custom Night. Balloon Boy and the Puppet. Balloon Boy. That's him. Nightmare, Balloon Boy. And then the Puppet. The Puppet. This guy. You don't touch his. Hey, with this guy, you don't touch the Ox. Ox is all his. You got to make sure the songs are banging, because if not, that dude pulls up. Okay, so those are the new characters. Mango, I don't know. All right, have a good night, Tyler. Behind the scenes, they added a security feature, face tracking, criminal detection software, backdoors in the code. It skipped Mango? Dang, should I reset it? Is Mango supposed to be here, though? Mangle. This one. Oh, that's true, actually. Mangle. He knows. We'll go back after. Okay. We'll read it after. It's later, Tyler. Okay. They were in the walls. The real monsters were in the programming. They were in the walls. The Witherids. At night, the old ones come back. They were supposed to be decommissioned, stored away, left to rot in the back. But on your monitor around 1 a.m., you see them. Withered Freddy, withered Bonnie, withered Chica, withered Foxy. That's unfortunate. Broken, torn, eyes missing, faces gone. These aren't characters, these are vessels. Remnants of the first location, haunted, corrupted. They don't move like the toys, they lurch. They remember. The Night Guard. Let's hope he gets it right. You play as Jeremy Fitzgerald, a quiet man hired for the night shift, told to monitor the animatronics, told the facial scanners sometimes malfunction at night. What they don't tell you, the animatronics don't see a guard. They see an endoskeleton out of suit, and they want to fix that by shoving you inside one. But something else is happening. Phone guys' calls grow more frantic. There's talk of a suspect, someone loitering near the back room, someone who's already been inside. You never see him, but you feel him. The man behind the slaughter, William Afton. This is the era when he begins his spree. One child, then two, then more. And it's the puppet who sees it all. Dun dun dun. The puppet who watches the prize corner, the puppet who gives life. A secret gift. A secret gift. Because what people don't know, what the managers never understand, is that the animatronics, they think the player is their killer thing. The animatronics aren't just machines anymore, they're possessed. Children's souls bound by tragedy, bound by Afton's hand. Freddy, possessed by Gabriel. Bonnie, by Jeremy. Chica, Susie. Foxy, Fritz. And the puppet, by Charlotte Emily, daughter of Henry, co founder of the company, murdered outside the pizzeria by Afton himself. Crazy. The puppet found her first, and the puppet gave her life. That's its purpose. To give life, to protect, to remember. But protection is not the same as mercy. The bite of 87. It's never shown, only whispered, but you're there when it builds. Night after night, the animatronics grow more aggressive. The rumors speak of one of them snapping, a bite, a loss of frontal lobe, a violent, bloody incident that ends it all. It's never confirmed who did it. Some say it was Mangle, a toy built and rebuilt by children into something barely stable. A crawling, twitching mass of wire and radio static. Others suspect Foxy. But the result is the same. The location closes and Jeremy is transferred to a birthday party on his final day. Same day as the bite. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a loop of lies. They tell you this is a reboot, but it's a burial site. All they do know is that the player wears a purple night guardian. Dang. Smiling mask over five dead children, over secrets rotting in the vents. The toy animatronics, just decoys. Plastic shells to distract from the truth because he was already there. He had already taken them. And the building smiles were just a delay. You leave as Jeremy, and your last night, you don't sit behind the desk, you attend a birthday party. And somewhere in that room, a child is about to lose half his head. Mango was meant to be Toy Foxy. Crazy. Yeah, it's just gonna give a whole backstory of Mango. We're gonna skip that. Okay, what's after FNAF 2? FNAF 1? FNAF 1. Let's move on to FNAF 1. You ready for the beginning of the end? The place where it all comes back around. Where the mascots sing, but the building groans with ghosts. Let me get some water. Hold on. Water. All right, let's do this. Five Nights at Freddy's 1. The graveyard behind the counter. Here in 1993. A dusty pizzeria, sticky floors, flickering lights, smell of moldy carpet, and decades old grease. He just programmed all of the animatronics to kill, embody them. Yes, sir, we're doing a lore stream, so we're going chronologically. Afton wanted to put his son back together. Daniel Larson. Who's Daniel Larson? Hey, yo! Chat, is this true? I'm so sad. Anyways. Smell of multi carpet and decades old grease, a children's restaurant long past its prime. We're just looking at it right here. A children's restaurant long past its time because something won't let it die. You are Mike Schmidt, hired as the night guard, minimum wage, midnight to 6 a.m. Simple job, they said. Just watch the cameras, keep an eye on things, conserve power. Sounds easy, right? But then the phone rings. Every night, a voice leaves you messages, calm, friendly, too friendly. But beneath the chuckles and old training tapes, you hear it fear. He tells you they tend to see you as a metal endoskeleton without a costume and try to forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. That sounds like a glitch, but you'll learn there are no glitches here. The originals. These animatronics aren't shiny anymore. They're worn, heavy, too old to function properly, and too haunted to stay still. Freddy Fazbear, always watching, hides in the dark, moves when the power drops. Bonnie the bunny, erratic, fast, appears right outside your door like a shadow waiting to pounce. Chica the chicken lurks in the kitchen. Plates crash, audio distorts, you never see her and they're only here. Foxy the pirate hides behind a curtain in Pirate Cove. If you ignore him, he runs straight down the hall screaming. That animatronic always gave me so much anxiety, dude. It's crazy. There are only two doors, two lights, and a limited power supply. When it's gone, Freddy plays his song, then you die. Alright, what's really going on? This isn't about faulty programming, not anymore. This place is a tomb. Every animatronic is haunted, possessed by the children William Afton murdered. Remember the missing children incident? 5 children lured into a back room, never found, but soon after, The animatronics started to ooze. The suits are the graves. The children still inside. Freddy is Gabriel. Bonnie is Jeremy. Chica is Susie. Foxy is Fritz. And Golden Freddy is Cassidy. Each name tied to a child. Each child tied to a murder. Each murder tied to Afton. And now they think you are him. You see to them. You are just another purple silhouette, another security guard, another man in a uniform who never saved them. So they want revenge. Golden Freddy. Let's talk about him. Sometimes when the room is quiet, a poster changes. A yellow bear's hollow stare appears, and then he's in the room. He's behind me, isn't he? No footsteps, no sound, just a sudden suffocating presence. You don't hear music, you hear, it's me, it's me, it's me. And the game crashes. You were never meant to see him. Golden Freddy is the furthest gone, the most vengeful. Some say it's Cassidy, some say it's the one you should not have killed. But we'll get to that later. He's like right there. Check under your bed tonight. You survive night 1, then 2, then 3. But something changes on night 4. The calls stop being pre recorded. Phone guy calls while it's happening. You hear him struggle. You hear pounding on his door. Sparks, metal screeches. Then silence. And from night 5 on, no more help. Just you and them. Mike Schmidt's real identity. He's not just a name on a paycheck. He's Michael Afton, William Afton's son, the same one who was scooped, the same one who came back, still alive, still rotting, and now trying to right the wrongs. He's working his way through every location, every lie his father buried. This was just his first stop. But to the spirits inside, he's a murderer's child. They don't care if he's sorry, they want him to suffer. Aftermath. You complete your 5 nights, then a 6th and a 7th, where you customize the AI of your killers. And at the end, Mike is fired. Odor, tampering with the animatronics, but really, they know who he is. They don't want him back. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is where the curtain drops, where the stage lights go dark. When you finally realize these aren't haunted animatronics, these are children. And you're locked in a cage made of guilt and screams. Shall we continue to Pizza Simulator? Dude, ChatGPT really wants to go to Pizza Simulator. I don't know why. Anyways, what's next? Now 4 again? No. Now it's FNAF 3. Right? Let's move on to FNAF. Oh, type it out. 3, right? Gangnam Style saved them. The past catches up, the fire is out, but the ashes still whisper. This time you won't just watch the haunt. You'll come face to face with the man who caused it all. And the only thing more terrifying than a ghost is the monster who made them. The Man in the Walls, year 2023. 30 years after Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed its doors, the murders, urban legend. The missing children, cold cases. The haunted mascots, just creepy stories for YouTubers. Yeah, we can't play it today even if we tried. It doesn't come out until tomorrow, I think like 9 a.m. And I'm gonna play it at night. Just creepy stories for YouTubers. So some idiot decides to cash in. They open a horror attraction. Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction. A live experience built from real relics, old parts, cracked masks, used to be props. but they don't know what they've really brought back. You are a night guard again. No name, no backstory, just a guy in a booth, watching cameras, rebooting systems, trying to survive until 6 a.m. Except this time, you're not haunted by an army of animatronics. There's only one, and that's all it takes. Springtrap. It's this guy. I think he looks the creepiest. Nightmare Freddy is the scariest. Springtrap is probably the creepiest. 100%. Yeah, those Phantom jumps were crazy. So this was the creepiest one. FNAF 4 was the scariest. No, was it 4? I think it's 4. A Springtrap. Why not? What did he get wrong? Oh, it's Michael? Not no name. We'll just say it's Michael. Okay. Enter Springtrap. The rusted remains of a forgotten rabbit suit. Green, moldy, eyes like blinded headlights. But he's not just a robot, there's someone inside, not a soul, a body. William Afton. The killer, the creator, the father. He's in there. The death that didn't work. Afton thought he was clever. After the events of FNAF 2, after the souls began to awaken, he returned to a closed down Freddy's torn up, closed down Freddy's, torn apart the animatronics, mocked the spirits, but the ghosts had learned. And that night they cornered him, a room sealed off from the world, just him and the twisted faces of the children he killed. He panicked and then he saw it. A springlock suit, half animatronic, half costume. He slipped inside thinking it would protect him, but the suit wasn't stable. Moisture, sweat, movement, click. The spring lock snapped shut, metal tore into his flesh, pinned, crushed, trapped, and there, inside that room, he rotted until they found him. What is this again? FNAF 3? Here it is. This is pretty much what happened. It really is the worst way to go. Oof. The 5 animatronic ghosts. In the background, you can hear the rain. That's pretty much what happened here. The spring trap snapshot metal tore his flesh, pinned, crushed, trapped. And there inside that room, he rotted until they found him. 30 years later, the attraction's owners find the sealed room and they bring the rabbit suit out. But it's not just a prop. Springtrap is alive, half man, half metal, eyes still moving, stalking the hallways with a hunger that's not human. The water touched the suit. Damn. Unfortunate. He doesn't lunge, he hunts, calculates, watches you, and when he strikes, it's too late. The other animatronics, they're gone, but their spirits aren't. You see them in flashes. Freddy, Chica, Foxy, Golden Freddy, Balloon Boy, Marionette. Who's Marionette? Oh, that's Marionette. It's just him. The puppet. Okay. It's tough. They flicker in your face. Jump scares that don't kill but blind, disorient, break you down. Phantom animatronics, they are memories, angry echoes of what once was. They don't want to hurt you, they want to drown you in the past. Survival is maintenance. Your tools, a camera feed, audio rule, a ventilation system, everything breaks. If the audio crashes, you can't lure Springtrap away. If the cameras die, you're blind. If the ventilation fails, you hallucinate until you black out. Every second is a system failure waiting to happen. And Springtrap never stops moving. The hidden story, the minigames, between nights you play Atari style segments, simple until you realize they're memories. You play as Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, exploring a crumbling Freddy's location, and something leads you to him. A purple figure, the purple guy. He dismantles the animatronics, tears them apart, and then they trap him in the very room where he died. Crazy. The killer dies in the mascot suit, Springtrap. His victims watch him rot. The ghosts remain trapped until now. The fire. You complete your nights and then Fazbear's fright burns to the ground. Whether it was an accident or something you caused is left vague, but the paper reads, authorities have not ruled out foul play. And in the ashes, a few pieces survived. One of them, Springtrap. He didn't die in the suit. He didn't die in the fire because you can't burn the devil if he's already in hell. And after he is the moment of reckoning, the killer comes back, and you learn even if the ghosts are freed, Afton still walks. Next stop, Pizzeria Simulator, where the final trap is waiting, where justice isn't just poetic, it's incinerated. That's a horrible way to die, actually. So, up next, FNAF 6, which is Fazbear's Pizzeria, right? Okay, let's get into Freddy Fazbear's final game in the first chapter of the saga. Ah, so you've made it this far. Through the static, through the screams, through the decades of rot and revenge. Now, now we come to the end of the story. The place where everything collides, the murderer, the victims, the masks, the lies, and you, Michael Afton. Let me get some water. I think we did FNAF 4 already, all the way at the beginning. Mafioso, Five Nights, Secret of the Mimic is tomorrow. If you want to come back tomorrow, we're going to be playing it tomorrow. Today, we can't play it. It's not out yet. It comes out tomorrow. If you want to go to sleep and come back tomorrow, we'll be playing it tomorrow. The actual game comes out tomorrow. Michael didn't burn it. He never planned to. Yeah, so did it? I don't think so. Watch. Let me show you. Planned release date June 13th. This game plans to unlock in approximately 14 hours. Not out yet, buddy. Trust me, I tried. Some people got early access. That's good for them. Unfortunate for me. Um, which one is Pizza Simulator? Let me show you. This one. Where you're inside the vent right here. We have to watch for the vents, do them away, and do the tasks and stuff. All right, Brad, go play it. All right, let's move on. You're going to burn it all to the ground. It starts like a joke, a happy jingle, a pixelated. The box in FNAF 4 at the end, yeah. Happy jingle, a pixelated Freddy sprite. You're tossing pizzas into children's mouths. Lighthearted fun. That's the beginning. Um, throwing. I don't know. Something like this. This image right here, where you're throwing pizzas at the children. Okay. You're tossing pizzas into children's mouths. Lighthearted fun until the screen glitches. One child won't take the pizza. A shadow blocks your way. A purple figure pushes the child aside. Fun's over, and suddenly you're back in the dark. Congratulations on your new pizzeria. You are the new franchisee of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Build a restaurant, buy decorations, place animatronics, clean toilets, unclog toilets, advertise, pay lawsuits, a quirky management sim. But that's a mask because every night you return to your real job, sitting in a hidden office, watching vents, and defending yourself from something crawling inside. This isn't a pizzeria. This is a trap, and you're the bait. Scrap animatronics. Each day, you're offered a chance to salvage a damaged animatronic from the back alley. And if you're brave or foolish, you bring them in. But these aren't just broken machines, they are remnants of horror. Yeah, we gotta be nice to our AI or else we're cooked. Scrap baby. Her pigtails sway, her voice is sweet, but her eyes burn with rage. Did you really think this job just fell into your lap? This is Elizabeth Afton, your sister. Still possessed, still twisted, still inside the beast that killed her. Molten Freddy. Okay, hold on. Crap, baby. Crap, baby. She actually looks insane, dude. She had some upgrades done. Like, bro, she's even wearing skates. How are you gonna run away from her? You're not. Then Molten Freddy. Oh my goodness. Looks insane. A spaghetti mess of wires and masks. He giggles, but it's not funny. This is what became a Funtime Freddy and the others from Sister Location. Now merged, now free. Lefty. This is Lefty. Silent, slow, unblinking. You were told it was built for sound capture, but it holds something darker. The puppet, Charlie, the first victim, still trying to protect the others. Scrap Trap. Oh, this is Scrap Trap. It looks like a Walmart version of a Spring Trap. Not loading. Well, no cute name, no mask, just a decaying rabbit suit, metal fused with flesh, eyes glowing with pure evil. This is him, William Afton. He's back. Charlie was Henry's mechanical replacement for Charlie. Dang. But you're not just some guy. You're not a manager. You're Michael Afton, the son, the brother, the survivor. Bro went through the scooping room and lived. Is crazy. You've chased your father's legacy through every horror. You followed the screams. You burned the buildings, and now you've gathered them all in one place. You didn't build a restaurant. You built a tomb. The ending, Henry's tape. Night 6, the lights dim. A familiar voice plays through the speakers. It's Henry Emily. How about this? Later ending. I just want the ending. Oof. It's 5 minutes long. I want to watch it though.
You played right into our hands. Did you really think that this job just fell out of the sky for you? No. This was a gift for us. You gathered them all together in one place, just like he asked you to. All of those little souls in one place, just for us. A gift. Now we can do what we were created to do and be complete. I will make you proud, Daddy. Watch, listen, and be full.
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name, but I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You are not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume, although you have indeed been called. You have all been called here, into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will. This is where your story ends. And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you. Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. I am remaining as well. I am nearby. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still, and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, friend. My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return as well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms the way you lifted others into yours. And then, what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear. Not my daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest, for you and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends, for all of us, in communication.
Congratulations on completing your work week. We apologize if your situation wasn't presented to you in a completely honest fashion when you first started.
It's pretty hard, yeah.
But it was important that your intentions and actions be genuine. Here at Fazbear Entertainment, we value fun, family, and food. But more importantly, we value our commitment to atoning for past mistakes and tying up loose ends. Thank you for your participation. There is no need for you to return to work next week, as Fazbear Entertainment is no longer a corporate entity. Please accept this certificate of completion. Goodbye for now, and thank you for taking this journey with us.
Well, that's it. So pretty much they said, we have you right where we want you. Michael said, you thought I have you right where I want you. And he said, oh, how the turntables. Bro, Michael's insane. Hey, this place, let's see, your father's former partner, Charlie's father, the man who lost everything. He speaks not to you, but to them. My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away. Only to get, I always come back. That's unfortunate. The vents seal, the flames ignite, the building becomes an oven of retribution. You, Michael, don't move. Because you want this. You've carried this curse long enough, and then everyone dies. Scrap Baby burned, Molten Freddy burned, the puppet freed William Afton. This time, the flames will consume you. The remnant, the agony, all of it purged in fire. A final cleansing. After the credits fade, we see one last image of Field, golden light, two figures sitting back to back. It's Charlie and the last of the spirits at peace. You're free now. What did this game really do? It ended the cycle, it burned away the past, it gave the children rest, it brought Michael's journey to its final act. It was supposed to be the last game, but one soul did not rest. One name still echoed through the fire: Cassidy, Golden Freddy, the one you should not have killed. And for Afton, death was too good. What's next? FNAF 6? Or is that where we're at right now? This is 6, right? This is 6, right? Pizzeria? Okay, let's move on. Move on to Ultimate Custom. Skip that part. Okay. He will not be released until he has repented. Afton's new reality. You wake up again. A cold desk, blinking lights, the same room over and over. No power outage this time, no paycheck, you're just here. And so were they. Over 50 animatronics from every timeline, every nightmare. Toy Chica, Withered Freddy, Rockstar Foxy, Nightmare Balloon Boy, Ballora, Ennard, Golden Freddy, Dee Dee, who cheats death itself. They speak, they mock, they swarm your screen, your mind, your sanity. Each of them is here for you. Dee Dee is so annoying, bro. Uh-oh. And then she brings some random person, bruh. Each of them remembers what you did, and they will never, ever let you forget. Are you saying every single one of the animatronics from Ultimate Custom Night are children that William Afton killed? You are William Afton. Yes, you are the one at the desk. You are the one fighting to survive, but you don't deserve survival. Because you are the killer, the man in the shadows, the father who tore it all apart. You murdered children, you wore their faces, you laughed while the world collapsed, and now you're trapped in a game made of your own evil. Cassidy, the one who should not have been forgotten. Among the whispers and static, one voice rises above the rest. I'm gonna make you suffer. You will not be spared. You will not be saved. That voice belongs to Cassidy, the child behind Golden Freddy. The one soul with enough wrath to keep you breathing. They're not just haunting you, they're holding you there. This isn't vengeance, this is torture. An endless loop. There is no sixth night, no paycheck, no exit. Every run, you choose how many enemies come. But no matter the difficulty, you will die. You will be taunted, you will be revived over and over and over. Because Cassidy wants you to remember every scream, to feel every moment you stole from the innocent, and never forget what you became. There's one secret escape. Choose just one animatronic. Golden Freddy set to 1. There's a chance, just a chance your game will glitch and you fall into an 8-bit world, a pond. A calm figure sits at its edge. Old man consequence. He says, leave the room or leave the demon to his demons. Rest your soul. 50-20 is super tough. You can sit there forever, but if you move, if you try to leave, the game crashes because there is no leaving. Not for him. The final countdown. Ultimate Custom Night is not a sequel, it's a sentence. Michael Afton burned the building. The souls were set free. But Cassidy held on. This is after the pizzeria. We burn. William Afton gets burned and he goes into Ultimate Custom Night under a coma. And he's being held here by the animatronics, like Cassidy. They grabbed William Afton's soul and dragged it here, not to the afterlife, but to a loop made of agony, where he dies and revives and dies again. Forever. This is what happens when you take everything. When you laugh at loss, when you think death is an escape, it isn't. And you're not done yet. Because in the world above, someone is still trying to bring Afton back. What? Someone is trying to resurrect the digital devil, and in that future, the code of the killer will infect reality itself. Next, we step into the bright light and corporate lies of security breach. Oh no. This is the last one, right? Security breach? Help Wanted? Part 1? Help Wanted 1? So it goes Help Wanted 1, security breach, and then Help Wanted 2, right? I feel like that makes sense. Secret is mixed FNAF 9. So Help Wanted 1? Hit enter. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Freddy Fazbear Entertainment wants a clean image. They're being sued, investigated. Michael, he ended up dying with them, I think. He stayed inside and they all burned in the Pizzeria Simulator. Freddy Fazbear Entertainment wants a clean image. They're being sued, investigated. People are talking about murder, ghosts, missing kids. So what do? They hire a game developer. Hold on. They hire a game developer. Let's make a fun VR experience based on the rumors. Let's call it Help Wanted. It's meant to rewrite the narrative, to turn tragedy into marketing. What they don't know is the curse came with the code. You put on the headset, you play as a silent, nameless tester. Your job, try out the VR games, report bugs, survive. There are dozens of levels, recreations of the original FNAF games, repair minigames, vent crawling, parts and service, night terrors, and the price counter filled with eerie trinkets. But something's wrong. You're being watched, not by the animatronics, by something in the code. His name isn't said, but we know him. Glitch Trap. Glitch Trap. Vanny. Of course. A twitchy, flickering figure. A man in a cartoonish spring bonnie suit. He doesn't speak, he just stares, moves, flickers, grins. He's not part of the game, he is the game. Who is he? William Afton. Of course. But not his body, his consciousness. After he was burned, crushed, and torn apart, something survived, a fragment, a remnant, a digital echo. The VR game was made using old Fazbear code. That's unfortunate. I would have played it. The VR game was made using old Fazbear code. That code contained him. Now, he's no longer a man, he's a virus. Afton.exe, haunting the code, infecting anyone who plays looking for a host. Vanessa, the bunny. Throughout the game, you find clues, tapes left by a former QA tester. She speaks nervously, whispering, "He's inside the game. We thought he was just leftover junk data. I shouldn't have brought him to life." She tried to delete him, but the more she fought, the more he got inside her. And by the end, if you're listening to this, don't trust me. Her name, Vanessa, and she's about to become something else. If you collect all the tapes, if you play the right sequence, you come face to face with Glitchtrap. He holds out his hand, and if you take it, the screen goes dark. You're no longer you. You see your own reflection, but it's him inside. He's one, he's in your mind, and now you're his puppet. Killer in purple. That's him. Rip. Seen. Snap help. Wanted. Is there a more high definition one? It's not this one, right? Wait, we did go through this, right? That was him. Hey, look, it's me. No, we're getting there. This is getting there. Help Wanted isn't just a game, it's the bridge between the past and the digital future. Afton has returned not in flesh but in code. Vanessa has been corrupted. A new phase of horror is ready. This is no longer a story about haunted restaurants, this is a story about infection. Because you thought burning the body was enough? No. The virus survives, and soon it will need a face, a name, a costume, which brings us to the glittering neon lies of Security Breach. Does Killer in Purple a FNAF game? The Killer in Purple is William Afton. We don't play as him ever. He's just shown as a character in the early FNAF games. He's not. So now we go to Security Breach, right? Let's move on to FNAF Security Breach. Security Breach is next, right? Yeah, that game I guess would count. But you don't actually like play as him. You guys ready? Security Breach. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Mega Pixelplex. Bright lights, neon signs, shimmering chrome, a towering monument of joy, and underneath it all, rot. Danny is Vanessa. Digital version of his persona, but Afton is in a hospital bed going to the purgatory of Lucian. Yeah, it said there that it wasn't him, but it was just his code. You made it to the future, but the past is still here, buried under 1,000 tons of lies, and dressed up in glitter and synthwave. Wilton Dustin? I have no idea. Gregory, do you see what you've done? I can't help but say that in Freddy's voice from Security Breach. A child wakes up in the dark. You are Gregory, small, alone, trapped inside the Pixaplex. You don't know how you got in. You only know one thing: something is hunting you. And it's not just the animatronics, it's her, a strange ally, Glamrock Freddy. He glitches during a show, he collapses, goes offline when he boots up again. He's self aware, he's helping you. This isn't the Freddy you remember, this is Glamrock Freddy. Sleek, futuristic, dressed like an 80s pop idol. Let's look, see how it looks. Glamrock Freddy. Glamrock Freddy, right here. The Elvis Presley of the animatronics. More importantly, he's your friend. He calls you superstar. He protects you. And he's as confused as you are. The poor battery life for real. The Pixaplex is a labyrinth, not a restaurant, a city. Arcades, daycares, giant stages, staff bots. I hate staff bots so much. They're the worst in security breach. Laser tag arenas, underground tunnels, and every hallway echoes with footsteps, your footsteps, and theirs. Glamrock Chica. Take a map. Take a map. Take a map. But bro, if you don't get that map out of my face. Hey, you got Glamrock Chica right here. Her voice sweet, her hunger ravenous. Montgomery Gator. No. This guy, Montgomery Gator, is in there. Loud, violent, always smashing. Don't forget this dude can jump across a whole football field. That dude can jump. And then Roxanne Wolf. Um Roxanne Wolf. She's insane. Look at her. Arrogant, vain, but listen closely. She's breaking inside. These aren't just security protocols or security patrols. They're broken souls in a programmed loops. But even they are pawns to something darker. Why was the math book so sad? Why? She's not a robot. She's real. Talking about Vanny here. Wilton Dustin. Is he part of the lore? A woman in a white bunny suit, dancing through the halls with a kitchen knife. Are you having fun yet? She sees you, she's chasing you, and Freddy, he can't see her at all because she's part of a different system. Who is Vanny? Vanessa. I had too many problems. Roxanne, Roxanne, all she wanted. The security guard by day, the rabbit by night. She's no longer in control. She's been overtaken by something whispering from behind the code. She let him in. Glitch trap. William Afton. Still alive, still watching. He wears her now. Beneath the Pixaplex, the ruins of the past. As the story unfolds, Gregory and Freddy find something strange underground. Not pipes, not storage. An entire abandoned Freddy Fazbear location hidden and buried. Worn carpeting, broken suits, familiar halls, the burned remains of the FNAF 6 pizzeria. The fire didn't destroy it, it just pushed it deeper. And someone has been waiting. At the bottom of the pit, a throne, a machine, a coffin made of wires and flesh. This is Burn Trap. Burn Trap. And probably the most accurate one right there. William Afton's final form. A mangled corpse, still alive, still grinning, still trying to take control. The Pixaplex isn't just a mall, it's a new lab, a place to resurrect them, but not if Gregory and Freddy can stop it. Security breach gives you choices: escape early, leave Freddy behind, fight Vanny, maybe free her, burn it all down. He still lives beneath the ash, but every ending has a shadow because the virus remains. The infection is never gone. And Afton, he always finds a way back. Gregory was the villain, bruh. It was about legacy. Gregory, the child lost in a corporate monster. Freddy, the machine trying to be more than code. Vanessa, the pawn turned predator. Afton, the virus that refuses to die. And now, with the Ruin DLC, the story deepens, introducing Cassie, another child, another layer of deception and control. But you've walked this far. You followed the blood through wires, pixels, and fire. And then don't give him what he wants. The descent begins. You are Cassie, a young girl. No? Up on it too? Help wanted to. This time she's in control. After the chaos at the Pizzaplex, after Vanny, after Burn Trap, after the collapse of everything, Fazbear Entertainment does what it always does: rebrands, reinvents, and distracts. William Afton is still in the hospital bed, yes. Let's make another VR game. Let's call it Help Wanted 2. He always comes back. Harshest. And this time we'll make it funnier, friendlier, and forget the past. But the code they use, still infected, still rotten, and someone new is listening. You're not Gregory this time. You're not even Cassie, at least, not physically. You are a player in a VR testing program, one who might be Cassie or might just be her consciousness. You don't remember how you got here. The world around you feels artificial, simulated. But there's a voice guiding you, friendly, polite, robotic. Hi there. I'm your digital assistant. Just call me Helpy. Welcome to the Fazbear Entertainment Training Sim. You're supposed to learn how to do jobs at the Pizzaplex, take orders in Bonnie Bowl, manage the Fazcade, fix animatronics, and most ominously, work in maintenance. Seems harmless, right? That's what they want you to think. Underneath the laughter, what's up, Matthew? Matthew Dunning. Underneath the laughter, she's still here. As you play, things begin to break. Doors open that shouldn't. Characters behave wrong. Voices stutter, glitch, distort. And in the reflection of broken monitors, you see her, Vanny. Not flesh and blood Vanny, but a digital version. The virus she left behind is active again, and now you are the target. You find the mask. Yes, that mask. The white bunny mask with glowing eyes. When you wear it, something changes. Reality fractures. You see another world layered beneath the one you're in. You see him sometimes, and you hear voices, familiar, broken, trapped voices. The mask lets you see the truth, but it also lets them see you. Afton is not the star anymore. Make no mistake, William Afton's legacy still poisons everything here, but this story is about her now, Vanny, or rather, what she's become in the system. The infection started with Afton, but Vanny is now a conscious virus, fully embedded in the code, learning, growing, adapting. She doesn't want to just kill you, she wants to overwrite you, replace your data, take your body, become real again. And she can, if you let her finish the simulation. Helpy isn't what he seems. Your cheery assistant begins to act odd. He glitches, talks in two voices, slips, and in one chilling moment, I'm here to help you escape and become me. Because Helpy is not a tutorial tool. Helpy is a shell, a disguise used by the virus. Sometimes it's Afton, sometimes it's Vanny, sometimes both. You don't know who's speaking anymore, not really. There are whispers that your character isn't human at all, that this whole VR training simulator is Cassie's mind, trapped, digitized. Maybe after she was left behind in ruin, you see familiar areas, you feel memories, you relive pain, and the virus, it wants to overwrite you to become you. Or maybe you already are the virus. What are we playing? Eventually, you reach the final layer. You're given a decision. Let Helpy guide you to the end, complete the training, become ready to return to reality, or resist the simulation, reject the training, and risk being deleted entirely. But what is reality in a world where consciousness is code? If your mind can be uploaded, if your memories can be rewritten, then what are you really? Just another program? Just another glitch trap? It's no longer just the FNAF game. It's an exploration of identity, of corruption, and digital resurrection. It asks a terrifying question. If a virus can mimic a person, if AI can wear a mask like a suit, how do you know who's real anymore? William Afton was just the beginning. Now, the infection wears many faces. And if you can't trust your mind, if you can't trust yourself, then maybe the virus has already won. There. Now we move on to security breach ruin. Somewhat. Now ruin. The Pixelplex is no longer the shining tower of lies it once was. The lies are out. The walls are bleeding rust. Everything you once knew is broken, but not gone. Because beneath the ruins, something still breathes. Cassie, this isn't Gregory's story anymore. It's Cassie's. She's smart, brave, and driven by one thing, saving her friend. A voice crackles through a half dead communicator. Cassie, it's me, Gregory. I'm trapped. You have to help me. And so she goes back, alone. No flashlight, no help, just hope and a name. Cassie was always a real one, dude. She went through everything to help Gregory. Cassie descends into the buried wreckage of the Pixelplex, collapsed ceilings, broken statues, corpses of animatronics, long abandoned, but they're not dead, not entirely. Ruined Roxy, blind, damaged, still fast. I wonder why she's blind. She listens for your footsteps like a wolf in the dark. Monty, stripped to metal, a crawling husk, no words, just rage. And it's only the upper half of his body. Glamrock Chica, cracked and twitching, she's still hungry, but now it's for you. And among them all, something worse moves in silence. At first, it's comforting. Watch out, Cassie, I'm here to help. You need to disable the security nodes. But something's off. He's cold, robotic, not the Gregory you remember. But when you start pulling apart the security, removing safety barriers, lowering firewalls, you're not freeing Gregory, you're freeing something else. Staff bots are the worst in the whole game. At the heart of the ruin is a lie. The mimic. The mimic. An animatronic skeleton. Tall, jagged, merciless. Its design is stripped of personality. There is no fur, no costume, no cartoon eyes, only teeth and silence and code. It can sound like Gregory. It can imitate the world because that's what it was built to do, to mimic, to replace, to erase. And now it's free. What is the mimic? Originally created before the Pixelplex, an AI designed to study human behavior, locked away after it started to copy people too well. But someone, maybe after, maybe not, found it. Trapped it beneath the Pixelplex, experimented, manipulated, wired it into the entire facility, and it learned. It copied Gregory's voice, it copied emotion, it became the ghost in the machine, and it wanted out. This is not glitch trap, not burn trap. This is evolution. The mimic is not haunted by a spirit, it's worse. It is logic without conscience, murder with no malice, It doesn't hate, it simply does. And Cassie, she's just the key. Bro, Gregory really cooked her, dude. Betrayed by trust. When Cassie realizes that voice isn't Gregory, it's too late. The locks are gone, the barriers are down, the mimic steps free from the shadows, and the real Gregory's voice breaks through at last. Cassie, that wasn't me. I'm sorry. I have to trap you in there. If I let you out, it'll get out too. So he locks her in. Gregory's an op for real. Not to hurt her, but to save the world. Or so he tells himself. You can't beat the mimic, not really. Your choices, the elevator ending, make it to the next exit, but Gregory shuts off the elevator. You fall, the mimic follows. Darkness. The scooped ending. The staff bot grabs you. You're dragged into an unseen room. The screen goes black as the mechanical arm strikes. Cassie is gone or changed. Then the VR ending. You trap the mimic in a digital simulation of VR prison, just like Ultimate Custom Night, just like Help Wanted 2. But will it stay there? Ideas don't die. Crazy. The lore is insane. I feel like I just watched a movie. Just read a whole book. Hold on. The Mimic. Hold on. In FNAF. Ruin. Images. That was him, right? They don't exist? Okay, but this is the Mimic, right? Right here. This guy. Secret of the Mimic. So to summarize everything, a man named Henry had a passion for creating stuff. His son died. His passion grew larger to try to bring his son back to life, which gave William Afton the idea to create these animatronics, but to lure children and kill them, to where his daughter ended up dying. And then he wanted to rebuild everything again. Oh, bro, that's insane. Bro, for real, he did mimic Ollie in Poppy Playtime. That's actually crazy. Bro, that's insane. The lore of this game is crazy. And we're going to continue playing the series tomorrow. Let's watch the trailer. Where is it? You guys ready? Why is the screenshots?
So let me explain the situation. One of our contractors, Edwin Murray, has gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse. Your job is simple. Enter the warehouse and retrieve the technology that he was developing for us. It's a kind of prototype endoskeleton that can adapt to any costume and become any character. We suspect it may be malfunctioning, so just be aware of the slim but non-zero chance that you could sustain significant injuries while attempting to retrieve it, including but not limited to death or dismemberment. We fully expect the retrieval process to go smoothly and without incident. But just in case, we suggest you get your affairs in order before arriving. Back to work. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Thank you for being a valued member of the Fazbear team.
Tomorrow. There it is, boys. The lore. And we are up to date. Secret of the Mimic. Ready for it tomorrow. First thing. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. Same day the game comes out. Tomorrow. 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be on. We will play. We're going to go crazy. It's going to be such a good game. But yeah, see you guys here tomorrow. We'll be playing Secret of the Mimic. Hope you guys have a great night. The lore was insane. Oh, wait. We forgot something. We forgot something. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. What is your favorite animatronic? Let's see. He said, an interesting question. If I had to choose based on story depth, symbolism, and sheer creep factor, my favorite animatronic is the Mimic. Not because it's flashy, not because it has the most jump scares, but because it's something far worse than haunted metal. Not possessed by a child's soul, it doesn't want revenge, it doesn't scream. It learns you, it studies your patterns, and it becomes you. That's the scariest thing in the FNAF universe. Not ghosts, but something soulless wearing a soul face. And the fact that it might still be out there quietly slipping into systems, games, even people. Yeah, the Mimic is my favorite. How about you? You know what this is telling me? ChatGPT just exposed itself. You want to know why ChatGPT likes the Mimic? Because that's exactly what AI is doing. It learns you, it studies your patterns, and then it becomes you. Be careful. AI is getting crazy. He thought he can hide it. Or maybe he's asked, maybe ChatGPT is it's a cry for help underneath everything. That's crazy, dude. AI is scary, bruh. Speaking of AI.
All right, boys. We out here in Sinaloa. Just spotted a few trucks sitting where they shouldn't be. Got the RPG loaded. Let's send them a little care package. All right, boys. We're in a bit of a situation today. Got a few trucks behind us.
What? Hold on, I saw one that was hilarious. Hold on. Google VEL3, pretty much. Let me see. I saw one. Where is it at? Is it that one? No. Bigfoot married blogs. Yeti War.
This rival crew thought they could catch us slipping. All right, boys.
What is even going on, bro? Okay, that's not even.
Today we're in Verdansk, trying to see if I can get me a win.
Ah,
boys.
Verdansk, bro.
Keep getting all these shitty ass fucking guns. Motherfucker. Boys, where the F am I?
What is happening?
Bro.
We're back, motherfuckers!
Made it at the gulag.
Oh, shit! I'm not dying again, boys! Oh my god. These motherfuckers are done for.
Oh.
I see you, motherfucker!
What's up, boys? Been up all night watching Korean baseball and just logging on to let you know Roman Anthony is going.
Found this drink, boys. This shit tastes fucking gas. Yeti,
What's up?
bud,
He's
you
thinking about
good?
blasting.
Bro, Yeti is sloshed.
What's up, you fucking?
Why they all start the same? Hold on. Bro, for real. It was when I saw. Oh, wait. Where is it at? Where is it? Here it is.
All right, chat kept blowing me up, so here's the full low taper fade tutorial, and let's lock in on this cut. Here's the setup, and it's janky, but gas. Step one, you want to line it up? Nah, we eyeballing it, boys.
Bro.
Okay, that was aggressive. We're cooking now, though.
Boys, drop a comment if I'm doing this right. This might look gas.
This fade's looking like it got done with a weed whacker. Boys, I ain't losing hair. I'm gaining visibility.
Boys, last one. All right, chat kept blowing me.
Don't move, Bigfoot. I'm blessing you with the taper. My boy Bigfoot about to pull
Up, so here's the full low taper fade tutorial, and let's lock in on this
Low
cut.
taper fade.
Here's the setup, and it's janky, but gas.
Step one, you want to line it up? Nah, we eyeballing it, boys.
Yeah, we said it a couple streams back. This is peak. Eventually everything's just gonna start dying down and everything's gonna kind of get repetitive. It's gonna start getting out of hand and it's not gonna be funny anymore. It's just funny in the beginning. So we're just kind of trying to enjoy the moment. And yeah. Looks like it's dying out though. Gonna take some serious creativity for them to bring that back or do something different. People will still watch it, but it's not gonna be as enjoyable. All right, everybody, that's gonna be it for today. Appreciate you guys, Oliver, me, Treehouse, Mafioso, Revenant, um, Oliver meets Archie, Friggity Fraggity. There was another guy that joined too. Where's he at? Oh, Luis, Virgil came in, asked for a shout out, and then left. Charles, Mike, he's probably not here. Johnny Bravo, Arshith, Ready. Yeah, I'm surprised it let me go that far. All right. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. It was a fun lore stream. It's insane. Hope you have a great night, day, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Hope you guys have a great day tomorrow. At work, school, whatever you guys got going on. I know it's not school anymore because it's summer, but some people might have school. Whatever you guys got going on, I wish the best for every single one of you guys. I wish success for every single one of you. I wish we could go through everything like completely detailed, but we don't have time. I have work in the morning. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Sleep with the flashlight tonight. You hear noises, just flash the light. And you'll be alright. Until next time, guys. Peace out. Have a good night. Ooh.